In the heart of ancient Japan, nestled between the rolling hills and serene rivers, was a small village known for its tranquil beauty and the wisdom of its inhabitants. This village was home to a revered Zen master, Kaito, whose teachings on mindfulness and enlightenment attracted seekers from far and wide. Among the many lessons he imparted, there was one tale he often told, a story not of grand heroes or epic battles, but of overcoming one's inner demons, particularly laziness. This is the tale of Akio, a young disciple, and his journey towards self-mastery under the guidance of Master Kaito. In the lush greenery of the village, Akio lived a life many would envy. As a disciple of Master Kaito, he had the privilege of learning the profound teachings of Zen Buddhism. Yet despite his fortunate circumstances, Akio struggled with an obstacle that hindered his path to enlightenment, his overwhelming laziness. Each morning as the sun rose and painted the sky in hues of gold and pink, the other disciples would wake at the sound of the temple bell, ready to embrace the day's lessons and chores with vigor. Akio, however, would often be found nestled in his bedding, lost in the clutches of sleep, oblivious to the world around him. Master Kaito, observing Akio's struggles, decided it was time for a special lesson, one that would address the root of his disciple's inertia. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, he called Akio to his side. "Akio," Master Kaito began, his voice as calm as the still waters of the lake. "Your journey towards enlightenment is hindered by a shadow that clings to your spirit, laziness. It is not merely a lack of action, but a poison that seeps into the mind, dulling the brilliance of your potential." Akio hung his head in shame, aware of his failings but feeling powerless to change. "Master, I understand, but I find myself trapped in this cycle, unable to break free," Akio confessed. Master Kaito smiled gently, a twinkle in his eye. "Then, my dear disciple, it is time for you to embark on a journey, one that will require you to confront this shadow and ultimately transcend it." The next day, under the guidance of Master Kaito, Akio was sent to live alone in a small hut at the edge of the forest, far from the comforts and distractions of the temple. His task was simple yet daunting, to clear a path through the dense forest, connecting the village to a remote mountain shrine that had been inaccessible for generations. Akio was to complete this task before the first snowfall of winter, a deadline that left him little room for procrastination. For the first few days, Akio's old habits prevailed. He slept late, started his work with half-hearted effort, and made little progress. The path remained choked with brambles and fallen logs, a mirror of the clutter within his own mind. However, as the days turned into weeks, the words of Master Kaito echoed in Akio's heart. He began to rise with the sun, his determination growing with each passing day. He learned to focus his mind, channeling his energy into the task at hand. The physical labor, once a source of dread, became a form of moving meditation. Each swing of the axe and stroke of the shovel a step closer to his inner transformation. As the path slowly emerged from the chaos of the forest, so too did a change within Akio. He found joy in the simplicity of his work, the satisfaction of seeing the fruits of his labor take shape. He learned the value of persistence, the strength that comes from pushing through moments of doubt and fatigue. With the first flurries of winter whispering through the trees, Akio completed his task. Standing at the threshold of the mountain shrine, he looked back at the path he had created, a tangible symbol of his inner journey. He had not only connected the village to the shrine, but had also bridged the gap between his potential and his reality. Returning to the village, Akio was greeted with warmth and admiration. Master Kaito, seeing the transformation in his disciple, knew that Akio had finally slain the shadow of laziness that had once held him captive. "Akio, you have learned the most valuable lesson," Master Kaito said, his voice filled with pride. "The battle against laziness is won not by avoiding work, but by embracing it as a pathway to growth. You have discovered the strength that lies in disciplined action, the peace that comes from a mind focused on the present moment." Akio bowed deeply, gratitude and understanding shining in his eyes. "Thank you, Master. I now see that laziness was not a barrier but a teacher, guiding me towards the realization that true fulfillment comes from engaging fully with life, with every breath and every step." And so Akio's story became a cherished tale within the village, a reminder to all that the journey towards enlightenment begins not with grand acts of heroism, but with the courage to confront one's own shadows, to transform them into stepping stones on the path to awakening. Through his journey, Akio not only killed his laziness, but also kindled a flame of motivation that would illuminate his path for the rest of his days. In the heart of ancient Japan, nestled between the rolling hills and serene rivers,